I think TiC's observation is half-baked. And I wish people of his caliber, whenever they are quick to point out problems like that, they would not jump into some conclusions that may not be utterly true, but will also suggest solutions and where to start from.
Okay.
Because the last time I checked, even George Britton wrote on his Facebook page that, like this industry there, unity or to go far will be a very long process for us.
For us, sure.
And we all saw the kind of comments that came under that particular post. And the caliber of people that were making those comments and where they belong.
Yeah.
You can clearly see that, Charlie, unity or peace is just an irony to some people. It is just another name to some people. And everybody would want to do their thing. So my point is that we beg people like TiC, we respect them a lot, and we wish when they are able to point out some of these observations, they are also able to provide solutions. Else, it is very common for anybody to point out a problem.
Okay.
But pointing out solutions, where to start from, and even how to walk that talk has always been the problem of our industry. So yes, I agree with his observation. Do we have fooling in the industry? Of course we do. Backbiting, plenty. Hating, container. But the conclusion of the fact that that is what is hindering the progress of some of our top people from attaining some of these heights.
Guys all for supporting Shaxi from day one up to now. And I just want to tell you guys that Shaxi has a good package for everyone, both our riders and our drivers. Thank you so much for supporting Shaxi. Shaxi, it's time to ride.
Family, have you noticed now Vema comes without a seal? Same refreshing taste in a lighter bottle with less plastic, less waste. Easy to compress and shrink for recycling. One small change, one big step for a cleaner future. Join us protect our planet. No seal, less waste.
Yo, Ghana, what's up? I have been in this market for a very, very long time, and I understand your day-to-day activities. So you know what? I introduced my new smartphone devices into the market, which is the Hotwave Cyber 16 Pro SM series. As you can see, it's fresh, box to it's shiny. That's Hotwave. I come show you how the phone will look like. And I tell you, this will not be just any phone. You understand me? It come with a travel adapter. This be the manual. This be the pin way. You know, you could take open way or SIM card. And it gets in USB too. So it come with 2 cords. You understand me? And you know, they're almighty. This is what I'm talking about. You love it. It's beautiful. And this be one of the phones where I tell people when you fall, your screen will crack. And this one you go keep for water inside for 3 days. If you doubt me, come. That's my new brand, you know, my new device. And I want you guys to just know that as I understand you and you understand me, I know how you go love this phone and support. That's my beautiful baby. Hotwave Cyber 16 Pro SM series. I know you guys are gonna love it. Anyway, I go use my one. I go find SIM card. Thank you. Love you. Use it for 12 hours. 12 hours in minutes is 720 minutes. All the money you make is yours, commission free. I thank you guys all for supporting Shaxi from day one up to now. And I just want to tell you guys that Shaxi has a good package for everyone, both our riders and our drivers. Thank you so much for supporting Shaxi. Shaxi, it's time to ride.
Family, have you noticed now Vema comes without a seal? Same refreshing taste in a lighter bottle with less plastic, less waste. Easy to compress and shrink for recycling. One small change, one big step for a cleaner future. Join us protect our planet. No seal, less waste.
Yo, Ghana, what's up? I have been in this market for a very, very long time, and I understand your day-to-day activities. So you know what? I introduced my new smartphone devices into the market, which is the Hotwave Cyber 16 Pro SM series. As you can see, it's fresh, box to is shiny. That's Hotwave. I come show you how the phone they look like. And I tell you, this will not be just any phone. You understand me? It come with a travel adapter. This be the manual. This be the pin way. You know, you could take open way or SIM card. And it gets in USB too. So they come with 2 cores. You understand me? And you know they're almighty. This is what I'm talking about. You love it. It's beautiful. And this be one of the phones where I tell people when you fall, your screen will crack. And this one you go keep for water inside for 3 days. If you doubt me, come. That's my new brand, you know, my new device. And I want you guys to just know that as I understand you and you understand me, I know how you will love this phone and support. That's my beautiful baby. Hotwave Cyber 16 Pro SM series. I know you guys are gonna love it. Anyway, I go use my one, I go find SIM card. Thank you. Love you.
Take the ensemble about to jade in this our Ghanaian industry. So on your Mr. A, no on your Mr. B there, or boy, on the person has not achieved anything. The backbiting in the industry there was in heaven, na earth. Mobia cover the road talk show right here on Sammy Flex TV. My name is Desert Ishen. Now end down come on day. I'm the Roland here about to come on what and a poster TiC watro or the Tony X account no do. It's that takes then for TiC ni post no for about to wanna maintain. TiC say I be them they watch. Ghana they so fooling and backbiting on kwa them no. If enough be Mr. A, then nothing happen. If it is a big win for all, why? Because it has to be Mr. A or not B, so nothing happen or Mr. B there, he grows so if for no have any sort of success. And then Mr. TiC Kenya there. It all started from poster. Kojo, oh yeah, yes, there's one content creator on a break it down achievement, history and a background of whatever is happening, and now the contest at which all you know, Kojo or TikTok, Echo X or and now Angelique Kidjo, yeah, Angelique Kidjo, blow away, me da pelo. That woman in question, on this Stone Boy I and Yum, on this Benna Boy I and Yum, she has a lot of song. God being so good. And now, this is walk of what is it? Walk of fame or fame of work? Yes, there's a walk, there's a fame. And now are they needing wow? Nobody is talking about. Nobody is talking about it. And a Kobe, or control and Sammy tour. Not take us it is not a new thing in our industry. Dabi. When it comes to Ghanaian industry, backbiting because on your Mr. A, not a Mr. B in a day, nobody will talk about it. And I'm a Ghana. Or a deja or in internet, you know there. Backbiting, then how? Mam no nyan yes, indeed, no one is talking about achievement. Angelique Kidjo, why am I Ghana? And why I'm Africa? Because she's the only African woman to have that her name on the Walk of Fame. Nobody is talking about it. And I take a look at it. Ghana there, our industry there. So far as it's not Mr. A, it's Mr. B there, there's no success. Move on to and then many Roland Barber Chichim come there. Indeed, do we have backbiting in our music industry? And now TiC is talking out of experience. Man like Roland.
There's that.
Oh, nyame adum boko now so.
Nyame adum ejinem.
Yes. Now the nkoma eda also is about TiC. I think that you've seen a video where Angelique Kidjo wenya ni ding achieve a big thing for Africa and Ghana as a whole. And the Echo PMO Walk of Fame, the only black and African woman to have this achievement. But nobody is talking about it. And I take Abechocho in some way to social media. Do you agree with it?
First off, Mami making some corrections.
Okay.
Her achievement is not to Ghana. It is to Africa.
Africa, okay.
And the country she's coming from, that is Benin. And her name is Angelique Kidjo. Angelique Kidjo. So I think last week, yes, I saw the video, I think few days ago, but I don't know whether it was last week or this week. Yeah, or posted on the socials. I think 2 days ago, I think. As at the time I recorded the video, 2 days ago was when I saw it. And she had posted the Hollywood, America Hollywood Walk of Fame has embedded her name, or she is the first Black woman to have had her name on the Hollywood, or African, let me put it that way, to have her name on the Walk of Fame. And she posted a video of how the whole ceremony and everything was done. And no, when I saw the video, I, just as any other person, especially African, the West African sub-region for that matter, was very, very happy, because this is one for Africa.
Okay.
And that is what our very own brother Kobe Bougie even posted. Amartey, Aberry Ateno. What Kobe Bougie posted was, or say, if I think it was a statement Angelique Kidjo made, saying without Africa there is no music on this planet.
Yes.
Yes, and this is what Angelique Kidjo said when she was given that honor. So for those who don't know what the Walk of Fame is, it is more or less like an honorary platform which is given to people who have contributed immensely into the art industry. It is done in Hollywood here in the United States of America. And mostly it cuts across people all around the world. Mostly it is given to people who have contributed immensely, like I said, to the art industry, and particularly one that crosses borders from wherever they find themselves, even into other areas, including the United States specifically, of which they would put your name. It is more or less like a museum or a citation for you, where you have your name. Your name will be tiled on the tiles that they walk on, which is why it is called a Walk of Fame.
Okay.
The ones who have their images, portraits, and works in museum on the walls and a display is called the Hall of Fame. So a very big place that has the portraits and achievements of all these people. That is why that one is also called Hall of Fame. But this one that she had from the Hollywood is called Hollywood Walk of Fame. And that is what she was honored with. Now, I also saw the post from our very own musician TiC. And I must say it is an interesting one, especially looking at the angle that he came from. It is very interesting because there is some form of reality in what he said.
Okay.
However, the circumstances or understanding or explanation to some of the reality he pointed may differ from one place to the other. And to go back a bit to what TiC said, he said, I beat them the watch. Ghana the so fooling and back hating and quite them no. If it not be Mr. A, then nothing happened. If it's a big win for all, why? Because it has to be Mr. A and not B. So nothing happened, or Mr. B there, it grew. So if we don't have any sort of success, you see, it is very normal for TiC to feel this way. It is very, very normal for TiC to feel this way. Why? Because this is an experienced practitioner in our space. This is somebody that has paid his dues in our space for a very long time and is still doing it. He's still impacting young ones. Even though recently, I don't know how active he has been, but obviously I've seen some couple of appearances from him in some few years or few months before today. And yes, I can say he's still active. You see, what he said and connecting it to the achievement of Angelique Kidjo, I think I beg to differ. I disagree.
Okay.
Yes, this is somebody that has lived or is still living in our industry and has contributed immensely. However, I think the observation is right, but the conclusion is wrong. In the fact that, yes, do we have social fooling in our industry? Yes, we do. Do we have backbiting and backhating in our industry? Yes, of course we do. But the conclusion of is it the reason why our people do not achieve or are not achieving some of these laurels? Obviously not. That is definitely not the reason. And unless we want to talk about our problems and find solution to it, the moment we would want to open up and compare to other industries, then we should be ready to go all out into the pros and cons of it. And one of them has to do with, are we saying that in other industries, there are no people there fooling? We will be kidding ourselves. Are we saying in other industries, there are no people backbiting? We will be kidding ourselves. You see, go online. Anybody can just go online and Google top 10 artists currently in Benin. And I can tell you, say, yes, Angelique Kidjo may be part, but in terms of people who are making waves seriously in the country, she's not part. You see, for you to achieve things like this, no level of backbiting can erase that. No level of hating or no level of fooling from anybody can block what Angelique Kidjo has gotten. The difference between them and us is the fact that we mostly get so many things wrong in our process. In terms of low backing, in terms of connection, in terms of investment, in terms of direction, we are way different from what the others are doing. When you go to the Nigerian music or entertainment industry, almost all their top artists have label affiliations or the other. And when you come to our industry, take just the top 5. And if you are lucky, you will get just one that is only affiliated to a label. You see what Angelique Kidjo has achieved? It has to do with her contribution to the industry that is honoring her. It has to do with her contribution on a global scale. In Ghana, we've seen people, or we've heard people, like we have Ghanaian artists that have risen to the top helms of affairs in terms of world music. But I sit here and ask myself, what is our sense of direction? How do we approach some of these conversations sometimes? What is the level of investment that we get even into some of the things we do? And you realize that most of these stuff are strings pulled from other ends. So you think in Benin, people are not beefing? You think in Benin, people don't have their own reservations against each other? Of course they do. But it has to do with the person's impact and how they've been able to impact the industry that is honoring them. And that is what we are talking about. It is sad, like I said, what TiC's observation is true, but it is only the conclusion that I don't agree with, because in terms of fooling here, we have it. In terms of backbiting and backbiting, of course we have it, of which some of us are not even comfortable, and we wish some people would drop. But ask TiC, okay, in Ghana, one thing that we are also very good at is identifying problems. But in terms of solutions, we are always last when it comes to that. Everybody knows the problem of this industry. But who is ready to bring solution? Or who is ready to work that solution? You realize that anybody that tries to work that solution is either seen as disrespectful, is seen as arrogant, is seen as what not. Why? Because you see, working the solution means you don't need to kowtow to the norms of the industry. And there are so many artists that have suffered this. A very good example that I will always give, and he is a living testimony, is Shatawale. Anytime he has advocated for something to be done differently other than what it is done that's not giving us the requisite result, we all know the names that people call him: arrogant, disrespectful, and what not. Everybody knows the problem, but when it comes to solution, obviously not. And again, let's also not kid ourselves and think that these people are achieving these things because the entire country is rallying behind them. Yes, everybody would wish the entire country would rally behind somebody. But another reality check of the industry we find ourselves is the fact that it is winner takes all.
Okay.
It is winner takes all. At every point in time, it is only one person who gets to take all of it. It is only one person who gets to take all of it. And that is the reality. I remember very well when TiC was in his prime, hot. TiC was one of the very few artists that broke out even in their teens.
Yeah.
I remember this very well. I think it was at the Trade Fair Center or so. I think he was scheduled to perform, and either he did not make it or not. And there was stampede. The following day, all the newspaper front pages. As at that time, there were other artists too. But then, TiC was one of the very few artists that had the limelight. And I can tell you on authority that the other artists may not feel cool about it. Or probably may not have felt cool on the fact that that young boy, as at that time, was enjoying all the fame. Because it was so abnormal. But then, that was his glory at that time. So see, we live in an industry where it is winner takes all. And for that matter, it is just one, two, or even just few that can attain these heights. it doesn't mean that the rest have failed. It doesn't mean the rest are not pushing. And it doesn't mean that Ghana, everybody should leave whatever they are doing to go and rally behind one person.
Okay.
Look, you get to these stages when your contribution have reached that far. And I will repeat, no level of backbiting, no level of hating, no level of fooling can stop somebody who is supposed to achieve some of these things from getting. We know the level of hate somebody like Shatta has faced in the industry.
Yeah.
But when it got to some top collaborations like the one with Beyonce and other historic stuff that he has achieved in the Ghana or in the African entertainment space, none of these, he is disrespectful, he is this, he is that, was able to stop that.
Yeah.
Do they have the tendencies of hindering the progress? Yes. But can it stop it? No. So for me, I think TiC's observation is half-baked. And I wish people of his caliber, whenever they are quick to point out problems like that, they would not jump into some conclusions that may not be utterly true, but will also suggest solutions and where to start from.
Okay.
Because the last time I checked, even George Britton wrote on his Facebook page that, like this industry there, unity or to go far will be a very long process for us.
For us, sure.
And we all saw the kind of comments that came under that particular post. And the caliber of people that were making those comments and where they belong.
Yeah.
You can clearly see that, Charlie, unity or peace is just an irony to some people. It is just an irony to some people. And everybody would want to do their thing. So my point is that we beg people like TiC, we respect them a lot, and we wish when they are able to point out some of these observations, they are also able to provide solutions. Else, it is very common for anybody to point out a problem.
Okay.
But pointing out solutions, where to start from, and even how to walk that talk has always been the problem of our industry. So yes, I agree with his observation. Do we have fooling in the industry? Of course we do. Backbiting, plenty. Hating, container. But the conclusion of the fact that that is what is hindering the progress of some of our top people from attaining some of these heights, I totally disagree.
Okay, so with what you are saying, can we say TiC is just using this mode and this channel or this Angelique Kidjo's issue to voice out some pain in him about the industry?
Well, it is very normal for you to think that way. Because like I said, this is somebody that has lots of experience in the space. Like he's seen it all, he's done it all. And so there's nothing that he would say that would be out of his experience. These are things that he has experienced. I don't know. So he needs to come plain with what he actually wants to communicate.
Okay.
Rather than going the direction like just making a blanket statement. Else, it will be very difficult for people like me to even agree with him on his conclusion.
Okay.
Yes. So if it is about just voicing out your pain, just be plain with it. Charlie, this is some of the things that you people are doing that I think is not giving us progress. You can put A, B, C, D together and tell me if I am wrong. In that aspect, it is very clear. You are specific with what you think the problem is.
Okay.
But if you make a very blanket statement, especially on the fact that you think somebody has achieved something, And you think because people are fooling in your industry, that is why we are not getting the same thing. It is neither here nor there, because Angelique Kidjo's contribution, even in the Hollywood industry, it is just a few artists in Ghana that I can even point out.
Okay.
That their contribution even comes close to what she has contributed, not only on the African continent, but even in the Hollywood industry. So if Americans are honoring Angelique Kidjo, I mean, it is right. It's in the right place for her to have gotten that honor.
Okay.
It doesn't mean that our Ghanaian industry is lacking behind because people are fooling. Yes, fooling, they will continue to fool. The Bible says they will continue to be with us.
Yeah.
Same with the foolish people. So that one, yeah, we cannot erase it. We cannot erase it. But then, we should be able to find solutions, better solutions to our problems, than always making some of these comparisons and conclusions, which in reality doesn't even match. Because, okay, if Hollywood is honoring Angelique Kidjo on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, it is because she has contributed. I mean, do you know how many of her songs have even played a role in most of the movies that have been produced in Hollywood?
Yeah.
Now, let's come back to our side and compare. How many of our artists have been able to attain that particular feature, that particular level of connection? We can just mention a few.
Yeah.
And even the few that you mentioned, their works may not even match up to what Angelique has maybe amassed within that particular environment. So, his observation there is right, but if he wants to communicate, please, he should be very plain with whatever he wants to say. And maybe he will get some of us to rally behind him.
Okay, all right. So thank you very much, Roland, for having a conversation with us on what TiC said about Angelique Kidjo's achievement.
Say after me, Angelique.
Angelique.
Kidjo.
Angelique Kidjo. Hello.
Thank you.
All right, yeah, welcome. All right, so that was Man Like Grow, and then come on what TiC is saying about our Ghanaian industry. This is the Road Talk Show right here on Sammy Flex TV. My name is Desert, and I'm out of here.
A bribe Gusua ye China come on obisi okay. Brasa me media me pese monje visa kwama me because I know how to find my way to China, and I drew China, so I mean how to find my way here and there. And it's okay, no problem. Oh, problem near say, here visa and also here possible. Sammy Flex TV, citywide. You be making sure so be now visa and no 7,000 Ghana cedis pay. Yeah, the visa be not on sweating me. Everything you want to do on your own. Once again, call us. We are your China partners. So anytime you think China, think about us and we will surely take you there. Your friend is Sammy Flex. You share na yanko China beam. 7,000 Ghana cedis ubenya of visa only. But person near kubum as group turn as well. Frey na any unkomo.